Good afternoon and evening, boys and girls out there in the No DQ Galaxy. Yes, it is I, Santa Claus, filling in for good old JM. As you saw in the show description, Jeff's had a very, naughty list-inducing day. He's had quite the equipment issues all day with his new office chair and his green screen not working, and it's just been a day for him. So he put the call into me, and here I am. You can see I've got this suit out. I am ready to go for Thursday morning or Thursday evening, depending on how you do things, where you are in the world. Good evening, Mr. Cleaver, Mr. Andrew. Good to see you, sir. And yes, Brendan, as you saw at the top of the show, may Kevin Green rest in peace. And Brendan, as far as your question goes, prior to my going on the air, as you also saw in the description, I will be addressing any and all questions and comments you have for me. But however, I have been asked to go ahead and throw this up there. If you wish to have me address your comment, please super chat, or you can donate to Mr. Meacham's PayPal at paypal.me/Jeff Meacham. I will throw that in the banner here in just a moment. Statboy, I appreciate your asking to tag in. I will be doing okay for now. Again, I am the one who has the let's see, how can I say this? The clear conscience, because I'm not all upset about equipment. I know my equipment's going to work Thursday when I make my journey. So there you go. I do appreciate that, though. Yes. Hello, no. Good to see you. Hello. And again, R.I.P. Kevin Gray. Yes, we've addressed it. I would very much like to not address it too much, because it's very, very sad. It's another passing in this crazy year we are, all of us, living in here in all parts of the world. But I'm going to do my best, because I didn't watch TLC yesterday like Mr. Meacham did. So I'm going to do my best to go over his notes for the show and see what I can decipher and get this thing out of the way. Excuse me. And see if I can wax proxy, as they say in the olden days, because as you know, this is my very busiest of seasons, so it's hard for me to keep track of things when I'm getting ready to go. But apparently there was a kickoff match announced late in the game, as WWE always does with their pay-per-view extravaganzas, and Big E, Daniel Bryan, who I love, Chad Gable, and Otis defeated King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. You know, if anybody deserves coal in their stocking besides Randy Orton this year, and we'll get to Mr. Orton here momentarily because he was part of the show last night, it's Sami Zayn. He had such a promising talent when he was working under the mask as El Generico, spoiler alert, back in the days of the No DQ gang going to PWG shows, El Generico, of course. And he has just become a huge complainer and a whiner, and it's so very sad to see. It really, really is. I hope that he starts being a better person, because I do enjoy what I see from young Zayn. But anyway, his team lost. I'm curious how long it's going to take for them to turn young Mr. Gable against my fellow portly individual Otis. He has had a rough year. Poor Otis. He lost his girl, he lost his partner, he lost his briefcase. Now, my question is this. In the description for the next match, which is Drew McIntyre defeating AJ Styles and The Miz, did Miz officially cash in last night is my question, because if that was the way they're going to resolve the Money in the Bank thing being with Otis, that was terrible. Again, I didn't see it, so I don't know, but it looks like it says this was the Miz's Money in the Bank cash-in. What that is probably the worst. This has been the worst year for the Money in the Bank briefcases I think we've ever had. The women's Money in the Bank got awarded because the champion got pregnant. And again, I'm very happy for Becky and Seth. I'm not denying that. But Asuka didn't have to cash in. Here you go. And now this. It was a complete waste of the briefcase. Just terrible. I hope they do better with Money in the Bank this year. Well, Adrian, I won't say I'm sick of you because that wouldn't be the Santa thing to do, but I'm sure Jeff Meacham is very sick of you, so there you go. There's that. Right, Statboy, I do remember you mentioning in your notes online that you said no, that Morrison handed the briefcase, but according to the official WWE stats, it was indeed a cash-in. So unless they do, like Elon says, and do some sort of swerve thing on SmackDown this week, or Raw, excuse me, it's Raw tonight, 8:00. See, Santa's all off on the schedule. I don't know how they're going to resolve that, so we'll see how it plays out. Sasha Banks retained the SmackDown Women's Championship over Carmella. I was not surprised by this. I mean, I believe I said this on the preview last Tuesday. It's a no-win scenario for the company because you've got Sasha, who's finally making successful defenses, going up against somebody who's untouchable. So either way, they lose here. Somebody's got to lose, and then they go, they go down a peg or two. So it had to be Carmella because Sasha's been pushed way too hard and finally got over that hump of making her first defense to lose it now, right? So there you go. The Hurt Business, I love the Hurt Business. The fact that they won the Raw Tag Team Championships from the New Day. I'm a fan of the New Day. Don't get me wrong, but I'm very glad to see MVP's group all with championships. He doesn't have one right now, but I think they're leaning more toward him being the mouthpiece, which is fine by me. But Lashley's the U.S. champion, and now Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin are the Raw Tag Team champions. And I think that's just fantastic. Good for them. Very happy for them. And I'm also happy, and I know it's going to make a lot of the No DQ Galaxy and the Inner Wrestling community unhappy for Santa to say this, but Charlotte Flair is back, and she is a champion again. She and Asuka defeated Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to become the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That makes Santa very happy. I'm a huge fan of Charlotte Flair's. I think she will do great things as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Excuse me, as SmackDown, Santa needs a nap, clearly. As the Women's Tag Champions with Asuka. We'll see how far it goes. We shall see. Like I said, Lisa, as far as what they're going to do with Carmella, I don't know. She was untouchable and she tapped out. It was a no-win scenario either way they booked that. And it shouldn't have happened right away. I know you've talked with Jeff about that. I know you've talked with a lot of people about that. And I've talked with a lot of people up here at the North Pole about that. All my L's are wondering what's that. So, right, exactly. So, could we see the Hurt Business feel like Evolution? Yes. I'd love to see MVP be a champion, but what do they do with it? Do they give him the IC? I don't see MVP as a world champion. I don't see him being that guy. So, anyway. Roman Reigns defeated Kevin Owens. No surprise, but my goodness, what a fight these two gentlemen had in the Thunderdome. It's funny. I was reminiscing over the weekend about the end of Mick Foley's career, who is a close friend of mine, as you all know, and his Hell in a Cell match and his Royal Rumble street fight with Triple H. And just the things they put each other through during those two matches in the early part of 2000, Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns took it up another level. It was unbelievable. Very, very crazy. And bravo to both. Bravo to both. Mr. Rift, I appreciate the well wishes. I hope I get good luck, and I hope I can garner super chats and donations because Santa Santa needs a new suit. I'm not going to lie. The suit's 2,000 years old. I could use a refurb. So thank you. Again, if you are looking to have Santa answer a question, the ticker's right here. You can super chat on the DQ side of things, which right now I've got 11 of you watching on Aaron's channel, so thank you for that. Otherwise, donate to the PayPal here, right there. There it is at the bottom. Very good. And if you do, let Santa know, and I will. I've got my tracking device right here to make sure it goes through. So there you go. I see a couple people mentioning MVP for the 24/7 title, and a couple people saying get rid of it. I would love to get rid of the title. As much as I am a fan of Ron Killings, and I know Jeff adores Ron dearly, longtime friends of the No DQ channel and of Jeff himself, the 24/7 title is kind of silly. So it just is. So and then the thing that shocked me, it was crazy. Randy Orton defeating The Fiend in a Firefly Inferno match. He literally set the man on fire. They call Santa magical. I hope that was a cut shot and a little bit of TV magic, if you will, because that's crazy. If that was the case, that it really happened. I would love to know how they pulled that off. Even Santa's befuddled by that one. So hopefully we'll get some answers tonight on Raw and going forward with the Orton Wyatt situation. All right, that was TLC. And what did Jeff say was going to be on the show next? Oh, Monday Night Raw tonight. What to expect from Raw? Okay. I don't know what to expect from Monday Night Raw because I'm busy as heck here at the North Pole. But I will say, I definitely expect some sort of chicanery from The Miz regarding the briefcase, and maybe he'll get it back, which would be great because, again, I said it was a waste. Just terrible. Well, I did say $5 in the description, but I did not say how much on the description here in the chat room. So I will go ahead and honor this. $2 chat from our friend on the No DQ side. Thank you, sir. ZOMD Ruler. Thoughts on AEW beating all three shows' ratings? If you look at the I don't know if it beat SmackDown still. I know SmackDown was on FS1 on Friday, so it could have. But I don't know that. I don't have that stat in front of me. So you'll have to get me more information on that. But if it did beat all three shows, the actual ratings would surprise me. The demo would not surprise me one bit. AEW appeals to it's funny. Virtue says AEW is niche, right? I feel they appeal to a broader audience because they've got some of the old school guys like Sting who makes appearances. They've got guys that, have been around for a while, and they've got newer guys you've never seen before. So I feel they're doing better on that broader appeal, but that's just old St. Nick's opinion. So what do I know? But if it did beat them across the board ratings and demo, good for them. I'm very happy for AEW. I hope for great things for AEW. I really do. So, also with Raw, McIntyre has now defeated AJ Styles. If the thing with Miz is over, then that's it. Where does he go from here? I would love to see Sheamus get his opportunity. I really would. I would love to see Sheamus get that shot, have that be the Royal Rumble match, as far as the Royal Rumble WWE Championship match. Because it's there. It's like, it's right there. So I don't see a reason to prolong it. They've been teasing it. And they should just do it and pull the trigger on that and have it be Sheamus versus McIntyre coming up at the Royal Rumble on the 31st of January. I know AEW didn't get 1 million. I know Raw did, even though they got the lowest rating. They still went over 1 million. And according to the chat room, SmackDown got over 1 million too. So it didn't beat them in the ratings. So I don't have an opinion of it, but I appreciate the $2, and I'm sure Aaron does too. Aaron, keep the $2. Go right ahead by all means. Let's see here. What do we have on the? Okay, whatever. And again, like you said, and maybe in the demo, people are so focused on the demographic, and honestly, that is key. The 18 to 49 is huge for a wrestling audience, right? But a lot of critics or people that cover television in general will say that's kind of is what it is. So I don't put too much stock in it myself, but I don't watch much TV up here because when I'm not here working in November, December, I'm kind of off on vacation, which Saturday morning, baby. Woohoo! Okay. Anybody got any questions for good old Saint Nick here before I move on to the next thing? Because I'm going to, again, if you want to have me answer your question, please super chat. I prefer $5. That way I can, tuck it away. But if you can't, I understand. It's times are hard. You're buying Christmas presents for your family. I totally get it, and I understand that. So, but what I will say is, I will go ahead and Jeff wanted me to do some promotion or something. Just Jeff being Jeff here. Let's see what he's got in his little. Oh, okay. So on Friday, on the Dads, not always on wrestling, JJ and Jeff announced that the Renegades Reviews is coming back in January, and the first show will be broadcast on both the Cost 18 Studios channel and on Jeff Meacham's channel, which you're watching all 6 of you, which I appreciate. Thank you. Anyway, so what they're gonna do over on the Jeff Meacham channel with Dads is on January 8th, which is the Friday before the Renegade channel relaunches. Jeff and JJ are going to cover the top 10 top 10 Tom Hanks movies, because JJ's doing a month of reviews of Tom Hanks movies. So they both got together and picked their favorite Tom Hanks movies. So that'll be on Friday, January 8th. 2 weeks after that, on the 22nd, with Royal Rumble on the horizon, they are going to cover the top 10 Royal Rumble match winners, as well as the best non-Royal Rumble matches from that pay-per-view in the last 33 years, I believe it is now. And then a very special show is going to be coming up on, I believe, let me just check the schedule so I don't say another talk out of his padded rear end, because that's not good. Let's see what he's got lined up. Oh, okay. It's not here. Where is it? Okay. So on Thursday, on January 14th, the week of the Renegade relaunch, the Renegades Reviews relaunch. So Thursday, after Wrestling Rewind on the Jeff Meacham Network, it'll be the 10th anniversary, which I find extraordinary, even for a man of my age. 10 years is a long time, of the Dads on Wrestling, and they will be having their anniversary celebration. There they are. My goodness, 2011, 10 years ago, starting out their journey on the Cost 18 Studios channel with the Renegade of Wrestling and the West Coast Professor. Goodness gracious. How young they were. My. So that's coming up on Jeff's channel in the next few weeks. I know in January, Greg and Jeff are going to be reviewing, watching on Rewind the 2000 Royal Rumble match, the 2005 Rumble match, the 2007 Rumble match, and the 2019 Women's Rumble match. So that'll cover their January, because it'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. That's on Thursdays. There were more announcements that Jeff wanted to make today regarding what's coming up next year. You've seen them on Twitter already, but he didn't provide me graphics, so I don't have those yet. but I will, or he will, I should say, next week on Talk Wrestling as we close out 2020. Thank goodness gracious. Okay, let's see what we got here. Thank you for the reminder, Stat Boy. Yes, tomorrow on the Sports Bar, there'll be hockey news, which I'm always excited about. I love hockey, and NBA news, and of course the weekend, the NFL. Santa recommends you change your YouTube avatar, Mr. Caldwell. The personality in the picture with you has since been relieved of his duties, and we're unsure of his current character up here at the North Pole. He may be getting coal on Thursday. Just saying. So might want to look into that, change in that, Mr. Caldwell. Thank you, sir. Okay, so. And let's see. I appreciate your honesty about the being short. Well, I have plenty of short L's, so that's okay. I deal with short all the time. That's quite all right, sir. No worries. Santa started thinking some of the failed experiment to go the Snapchat. Wow, no Snapchats for love of good. Super chats or donates. So I'm gonna open the room up. What the heck? It's okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Where's the So I got asked a couple times, am I gonna give Randy Orton coal for Christmas? Absolutely, terrible. He set a man on fire. Terrible. What a horrible person he is. Let's see. Platinum Saki, whoever that is, says, "Will you see me as 24/7 champion, the first puppet champion in WWE history?" If you want me to grant you that wish, unfortunately, even I cannot overrule Mr. McMahon. So I'm going to have to say, probably not, and I'm deeply sorry for that response, but it is, as I say on the DQ channel, what it is. So Nathan did that. Richie says, besides Kevin Owens, which of the other top baby faces do you want to see face and beat Roman for the Universal Championship? I don't want anybody to be going for the Universal Championship. I want Roman to be champion until WrestleMania or after, and I don't want The Rock there. I know that it's not a good thing to diss The Rock, and I'm not dissing Dwayne. I'm not. I just think there are so many other people that they can put in that spot, returning Seth Rollins, for example. If they're going to go ahead with the family thing, they're pulling the Dwayne card too soon, I think. There's plenty of family on that tree. So, do I agree that KO deserves a World Title run at that performance? You know, I know that Jeff was very hard on Kevin for a very long time. But he and I both agree now that Kevin Owens is a superstar. And he deserves another major run with one of the world championships in WWE. So, yes, he definitely deserves it. Lisa says, where do you see The Fiend going from here? Kind of like a Jason Voorhees type deal. Yes, it seems The Fiend is unkillable. He's very much Michael and Jason and Chucky and all that. Yes, I definitely see him returning in some sort of supernatural way very, very soon, because they can't keep The Fiend off TV for long. He is a draw. And if they take him off TV, Alexa has something to do, and we can't have that. So, do I believe Kenny Omega is a draw? I do. And I have for a long time. And I know that Jeff saw him win the PWG championship back in 2009 at the Battle of Los Angeles, and he was on his way to being a superstar then. So he's only gotten better. I know Virtue is very critical of him, as are a lot of people, but I love Kenny. I think he's a tremendous talent. He is just great. Definitely would want to see him there. Mike Gonzalez says, with it being the Christmas season, how is Jack Frost and the Grinch? I know you have had history with them. Well, I'm sure you saw in one of my the tellings of my story, which is on Disney Plus, by the way, in part 3 of my story. Jack has been redeemed. He is now one of my major helpers of the North Pole. He is still one of the legendary figures, and he has a very warm heart now, thanks to my pseudo niece Lucy. So Yes. And as far as the Grinch, his heart is now 3 sizes too big, and he's having cardiology appointments on the weekly to make sure he stays healthy because his heart got really big. And large heart's not a good thing. So the king told me so on TV. I saw him do it. The Cleaver says, Santa, could I get the new Undisputed Era hoodie and an XL for Christmas? I've been good this year. Colin, you've been very good this year. I'm not going to mince words. You have been through heck and back. And if I can find a way to get the WWE Warehouse to pry one out of the WWE Warehouse's hands, I will definitely get you that hoodie on Thursday night, Friday morning, sir. Yes, sir. Do I think the Fiend is buried since that's the world being thrown away? No, not buried. Is the Fiend the new dead man? We kind of brought it up earlier with Lisa's question about him being like Jason Voorhees. He'll be back, and he'll probably bust out of some sort of fire thing like The Undertaker did with Randy Orton. So I would say yes. Is he The Undertaker? No. But is he that round of a character? Yes. Without question. He is definitely that person, and he will be now. And it's a great gimmick. You don't have to work very much, and what you do is impactful, which is the way to go, right? So there you go. Itchy nose. It's a cold nose. It's cold up here at the North Pole. Goodness sakes. All right. I will do plugs for now because I'm going to. I've been informed that Jeff is ready to tag back in for the last half of the hour, so I will go ahead and do the plugs real quick for him in case he does not get around to it. Colin, I appreciate you, and I know Jeff does too. So there you go. Okay, so first of all, friend of the channel, of the Jeff Meacham Network, Alexandria the Red. She is a wonderful cosplayer, model. She does great photo shoots. Her current shoot, it's only $1 on her Patreon at Alexandria the Red, is A Christmas Carol. I think that is just adorable. That skirt is just, she mentions the skirt in the photo shoot description. So if you go on her Patreon at Alexandria the Red, this is her current shoot, A Christmas Carol, and it's just so adorable. I love it to pieces. So there you go. Jeff's best friend in the world, Bailey. She is on Instagram at Miss_Vixen420. And I've been told if you DM her, it'll be worth your while, whatever that means. I don't know. I'm just Santa Claus. Another friend of Jeff's, Laura. She's over in the United Kingdom. I know a lot of you over in the UK are over there. Onlyfans.com/LauraSensFan. That is her web address, and there it is. Our buddy Lisa, who you saw chatting earlier in the chat room, she's on Twitter at AngelLisaMarie2. Let's see. Colin, who asked about the hoodie earlier, nodq.com/Colin and youtube.com/TheCleaverColinAndrew. And our buddy Big Baller G, Jeff Hill, is over at nodq_G. He also has a YouTube channel that's being kind of like redone, so to speak. So he'll be back after the first of the year. He's a wonderful guy. He gave Jeff HBO Max access, so he's always cool. All right, I'll answer these two questions, then I'll go ahead and tag out real quick. So stand by. Who do you think will face Roman at the Royal Rumble? Roman, I'm gonna say, let's go with on SmackDown. Roman's gonna face Biggie at the Rumble. And the Hurt Business will keep the tag titles as long as I say so, because I love the Hurt Business. I'm so glad they're doing their thing. I love it. It's great. So, there you go. All right. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much. I have to go continue with getting my ready, but I will be on Wednesday night to review NXT. I'm going to try to watch NXT in the process of getting, because I'll be my final bit of going on, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully I will be able to sit in with Aaron and review the show properly, because I think NXT definitely deserves full coverage from No DQ, especially since AEW is doing that weird late thing because of the because of the playoffs. So anyway, thank you all very much. I will be right back, and Jeff will tag in. So everybody, stand by. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the second half. I don't know why Santa left his banner up. Shame on him. Okay, you can go now. Thank you. Talk Wrestling is here. I'm here. Good old JM is here. I'm so happy to be here. It's been a crazy day. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of had like you heard from Jolly Old Saint Nick, kind of a huge equipment malfunction at the junction. But we've got it righted, so I'm hoping, and I'm not going to say it's going to happen for sure, but hopefully by next Monday, brand new setup, brand new background, brand new chair, if the freaking thing gets fixed right, and a brand new computer coming Christmas Eve. So that'll be awesome. So I appreciate you all sticking with me. I know I've been a pain in the ass, and I know Santa's been filling in a lot for me, so I'm sorry. It's just been... To be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a rough few weeks for me. I don't want to go too much into the musings department here, but I will briefly. I don't do well in isolation. I know nobody does, and that's kind of like, well, duh, right? That's why solitary confinement is such a horrible thing in prison. But I had a really rough time, and a lot of my not going over the deep end has been you guys, and I really appreciate all of you being here and just saying hello when I pop on, or when Santa comes in, you wish him hello, or whoever is with me on my shows. It is greatly appreciated. And I know I say that almost every week. But I do mean it. You guys mean the world to me. And I find it very odd that a week from Friday will be the anniversary of me doing my own thing on a consistent basis for the first time in 18 years of doing this. So I appreciate you guys being here. I love you guys. Yes, even you, Colin. I love you the most because you call me a handsome SOB, and damn it, that's what I am. So, all right. Enough of the mushy shit. As Mr. Claus said earlier, TLC was last night. To be honest with you, I didn't get to see much of it either. I was in the Thunderdome at the time that it was started, right? And then I got called away on for dinner, and then ended up doing some other things that took my attention. Oh, that's really dark. Jesus, I need it a little bit more. There we go. Maybe a little more. There we go. Attention away from it. And I had to sign off to restart this silly Chromebook, which is another reason why I'm getting it replaced. Anyway, so that'll be taken care of for next week's shows. But so I missed a good chunk of it. So I've been trying to watch it all day, but my chair showed up before 9 o'clock this morning. So I've been trying to install it, son of a bitch, all day. You can still see I'm in the old chair. This chair I actually picked up off the sidewalk about 3 years ago for Dylan. When he first came back to live with us, he didn't have his own chair for schoolwork, and it really came in handy now because he got his own gaming chair, and he also uses that for his desk work at school since he's home. So I inherited this, but my over 300-pound ass is making this thing. You can't hear it creak because I'm talking, but it creaks like a sumbitch. So, a new chair in the living room in pieces. So hopefully we can get it worked out. All right. So before Santa left, there was a few questions. I'll go ahead and address them anyway. Psychojet Black says he looked into it, and Kane never tombstone Santa in WWE, just in the video games. That's true. Kane tombstone everybody else. He never tombstone Santa though. So that was good. Muhammad wants to know my thoughts on, he made Santa's, but they're mine now. Thoughts on CM Punk wanting to make a return to wrestling. We hear that every so often from CM Punk and from the fans of CM Punk. And I'm of the opinion now, as much as I've gained respect for CM Punk since his encounter with my father, I no longer clamor for his return, right? I'm not hating on him or discounting his abilities or his superstardom, but it was 6 years ago, y'all. What does he have left to prove at this stage of his game or the company's game, right? So, or even AEW. I mean that's just, yeah. I know Santa last week we talked about him in AEW. I kind of disagree. I think his time is done. Second Joe says, do you remember Mark Henry dressed up as Santa Claus with Tony Atlas as Rudolph? That was a funny promo. It was funny. I was chatting with a bot today on the Santa account that I help the big guy run. And she asked if I had a WhatsApp. So I said Santa laugh, and one of the gifts that came up was Mark Henry as Santa. So go figure. That happens now. So I appreciate that, Dave. Thank you. I know I kind of blow you off on Instagram. I don't intend to. Just a lot of things to do. I'm sorry. Big G, Santa gave you a plug earlier, but we'll get one more. We'll get one more for you at the end of the show. And I did plug your new show, or at least the channel being revamped. I didn't know the details, so I left it to when you came on. Brendan, I appreciate that, and I know it's one of those things where, with the traumatic brain injury that I have been dealing with for almost 2 decades now, the moods just kind of come and go, and it's been low. And the holidays do that to me, unfortunately. They used to be my favorite time of year. Now it's just meh. So it's not an uncommon thing for anybody, but it just kind of is what it is. The one thing I miss pre-COVID, Elon, is Disneyland. By far. I did a Disney show stream on Saturday. I do one of those once a month because all my tight-knit circle misses Disneyland so much, and I cried the whole way through it. I do that anyway for that show, and I explained why. But yeah, it's very hard to not be at Disney inside the park gates. I did go down there in October in the downtown Disney district. Try to say that 5 times fast when you're tired as shit. But it wasn't. The ambiance was wonderful, and I got the music, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. And I'm waiting for it. But yes, Mikey, Santa left. He had to get back to work, and I had calmed down. I asked Santa to be in here for the first half of the show because I was so pissed off at that stupid chair that I can't seem to put together myself because my carpentry and assembly skills are on the short bus more often than not. So I said, you know what, Santa, do your thing. I'll keep working on the chair. So. And yes, Big G versus Statboy tomorrow on the Statboy Sports Bar for Week 16 of the NFL Prediction Challenge. So tomorrow night at, we said 9 Eastern, I believe, Mikey. So 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I'll be on headset because I'm loud and I don't want to have to be having to drown out Mikey and Big G on the Chromebook while I'm trying to produce. So there you go. Mike says, I'm a huge Punk fan, but I don't want him to come back just to please the fans. I feel there is no one currently for him to face that has any meaning to it. Bingo was his name-o. There it is right there, goods. Read it. That's it right there. Michael said it right out there. Boom. Beautiful. Couldn't have put it better myself. Love it. David says, did my first Facebook Live on my wrestling group. It's thanks to you. I have got one, my friend. Thank you. Well, I hear that so much, and I've heard it quite often since we started doing Talk Wrestling back in 2007. And Mikey will attest to this because I told him every single time I came down to visit. There was a time where I couldn't go through the Union Station lobby here in downtown Los Angeles without getting recognized by somebody on some walk of life who was a fan. So stuff like this makes me happy, and it really makes me smile because I made a positive impact on somebody. I think that's really cool. So I appreciate the reminder that I do, it's so funny. They now call that influencer like it's a thing. And I know it is a thing. I'm not trying to degrade it or whatever, but when I was doing it, it was just being nice. And now people get paid for shit like that. It's just funny to me. So anyway, I need to shave. I look like absolute shit. I am sorry. I look like shit, y'all. I'm just, again, I'm tired. Mohammed wants to know the update on Ronda Rousey and her return status. I wish I knew. I would love to be able to tell you that Ronda Rousey is making her return to WWE soon. But I don't know that. I would love her to come back. I wish she would come back because the entire women's wrestling scene is very right now. AEW's been bad. Not bad, but struggling this year, all year. And, you know, people were talking about that Charlotte would be a huge component to a resurgence. I usually would agree with that, but honestly, Charlotte is not the answer to the problem. I'd love to say she is because I love Charlotte with all that I am as a fan, but just not she's not the answer. Ronda may be, Becky may be, some new talent would be nice, but you know, we'll see. Mikey, it's funny you say the playoff beard thing. I have been thinking long and hard about that. I think what I'm going to do, depending on costs and availability and ability to get it done at all in any capacity, is to get a decent Santa wig if I don't keep the one I have, which I just bought the wig and the beard together for whatever the hell it cost. But grow my own beard. And I've been told that white shoe polish will do the job that I don't want to have to use bleach for, because I watched Mick Foley bleach his beard. It wasn't pretty. It was stanky. And I know a friend of mine this morning gave me massive crap for bitching about the bleach smell, but you know what? I don't care. It's my face. Colin says I'll be out, chat for a bit, going to pick up dinner. Mighty always still be on. Very cool, brother. I appreciate it. You can hear me talk. That's great. So yeah, Mikey, the plan is to grow the beard out and just keep it sane and not, mountain man until it's time to Santify it. And we'll see how that goes in the coming 11 months. Because I do want to really go all in on the Santa thing, and we'll see how it plays out. But, we'll see. Because I can't grow hair, that's for sure. But I can grow a beard. It is a thing. Beard bleaching is a thing. Mikey, I recommend you try I Am Santa Claus. I believe it's free on Amazon Prime Video. It's Mick Foley produced it, and he's also a feature in it. It's about, I think, either 3 or 4, maybe even 5 Santa portrayers that do the Santa thing each and every year. It's a great documentary. I own the Blu-ray of it, signed by Mick, of course, because it's me. But it is on Amazon Prime for free if you want to just check it out. I do recommend you buy it, though, because the filmmakers are a great bunch of guys, and I think they deserve the money. But yeah, I Am Santa Claus. It's got Mick on the cover in a Santa jacket, but it's Mick's face, not Santa's face. So check it out. I recommend it. But yes, beard bleaching is a thing. Santas do it all the time. When they're not old enough to have a white beard and they're young like me, who gets freaking peach fuzz or dark beard, you gotta bleach it. But like I said, I'm not doing that because I don't want to have to try to unbleach it in January, right? So I'm gonna shoe polish it for Santa time, which will be probably after September. I don't know when they start. I'll have to look into the mall thing. If we even have a mall thing, I don't want to assume anything with this damn COVID. I have no idea what to expect, and I don't want to try to guess because that's not going to work, right? So anyway, yeah, TLC last night. I mean, Sasha winning was kind of a duh, and kind of hurts Carmella because she was untouchable, and now she tapped. So how do you remedy that? You don't book it in the first damn place. That was stupid. Charlotte's return kind of was telegraphed. I'll agree with that, Lise. But who do you put in that spot if you take Lana out? Like, who do you put there that is definitely ready to come back? Becky just had the baby. She's not coming back. Ronda's wishy-washy. You never know what she's going to say about coming back or not because she's flaking right now. So, like, who on the roster is impactful? Queen. So, again, her business is tag champions. Love it. I love that Shelton Benjamin is a champion again. That dude has been so underutilized since he came back full-time and he got back from the injury, and my goodness, Cedric's been a freaking jobber all year. They all broke away from Ricochet and broke away from the Pack, and damn, man, they are whooping that ass. I love it. I hope MVP does win a championship. It is the stupid 24/7 title. Something, so they're all wearing gold. That'd be great. Again, Roman and Kevin was just a fight. My God. Kevin got the shit beat out of him. And if you were a fan back in PWG like I was, like JJ, who came in the chat room, so hello, Mr. Williams. I'll be there momentarily. Mikey, Aaron, our buddy Lee, the other people from the No DQ team. Kevin Owens was son of a bitch. We didn't like him, right? But he has definitely came into his own on the main roster. I applauded everything he did last night. He took an ass whooping and was standing at the end of it. So God bless Kevin for putting up with and getting through it. David says, why did Undertaker become the Intercontinental or U.S. champion in his career? Didn't need to. The Hardcore Championship thing with him was just kind of a something to do as an evil entity, as a badass a jerk. So that was why that was a thing. And to apparently give Maven the rub because Maven beat him for the title. So, wow, right? JJ says, I highly doubt Ronda will return until crowds are back. I would definitely agree with that, JJ. We've talked about that many times. I know you don't watch the shows every week because you're not watching wrestling every week, so there's no reason for you to watch it. That's fine. But you won't see Punk until a crowd returns. You won't see Ronda until a crowd returns. You won't see the major players until the crowds return. It's really that comes that simple. Dwayne says another year with a failed cash-in. Yep, 2 of them. Well, okay. Asuka's wasn't a failed cash-in. It just was a waste of the briefcase because they didn't need to do it because Becky was pregnant. They didn't know that, obviously. Duh. But, yeah, it's the Money in the Bank probably had its worst year this year. I think that's a fair assessment. Daniel says, who do you think will be called up for the Rumble from NXT? Too early to tell. I'd love to see who gets the shine in NXT first before I make that call, Daniel. So talk to me in a few weeks. Mohammed says, I think Kevin Owens should feud with Daniel Bryan next once the feud Roman's over. I don't want to see Kevin turn heel again. I like badass babyface Kevin. I like it. It's okay to cheer for Kevin. He's been such a dick over the years that I really prefer cheering him on. So, it's just one of those things. I like babyface Owens, If he was Kevin Steen still, it would work. I mean, it's the same person. I know. But, Kevin Steen was an evil son of a bitch. So I'd rather see that happen. Anything else? We're coming down to the bottom of the hour here, and I want to. The super chat thing didn't work like I wanted it to, so I need to get the hell off the air here. Anyway, I do appreciate your guys' patience with dealing with Santa being on the shows with Aaron and here on the channel, on my channel, because I wanted to get the promotion out because I've wanted to do Santa for a long time, and I didn't get the chance to completely execute the way I wanted to as far as going, seeing family, little ones in the family as the big guy. And it was suggested by Greg Cherry's wife, Jen Cherry, to try the virtual thing. And it works great. I did one with Big G's nieces last week, and it came off great. Wednesday, I'm doing a whole family party in Zoom. I think they're in Georgia, if I remember correctly. So that'll be cool. We're going to do that from about 7:30 to 8 on Wednesday. So it'll be just in time for me to turn on the WWE feed on USA and watch NXT before I go live with Mr. Rift. But yeah, I so enjoy the spirit of Santa and the way that Santa makes me feel as a person when I'm doing it. I feel like a better man and a better person overall when I throw that hat on and that wig and that beard and that red suit and these damn red pants I'm still wearing because I didn't want to feel like changing it out of the pants I had on during that part. So anyway, Psychojet Black says, seriously, what went wrong with Ricochet? I know he's a great wrestler, but it can't just be his lack of promo skills that made a WWE tournament jobber. I don't know. I really don't. I've liked Ricochet for a long time. I liked him when he was in PWG and the Indies in general, and another guy that got called up and got the call from the E and just flittered away. Terrible. I don't know. I honestly don't know what went wrong. People have been blaming the Brock Lesnar thing where he got obliterated by Brock in Saudi Arabia. I don't know if that was it, though. I really don't. I don't think that was it, but I don't know. Davis, hope you guys have a good Christmas, my friend. Thank you, sir. You as well. 20s, I was surprised Fiend and Orton closed, but it paid off. Yeah, that needed to be the closer. That was the oh my God moment of the night. And you can't set a guy on fire in the middle of the ring and have a match afterwards. That's just not okay. So it needed to be last. All right. Let's do these damn plugs one more time Once more with feeling that's set up by Vampire Slayer. As I said, my good buddy Alexander the Red is on Patreon over at patreon.com/Alexander the Red. And right now, her current feature it's on her $1 tier. You can get all the pictures in this set for a freaking $1, folks. I mean, come on. A Christmas Carol, which it's an adorable set. She's adorable. We love Alex on this channel, and she's been a great friend during this pandemic and the isolation. She's been a trooper dealing with my many eccentricities as an online personality. So I appreciate that, Alex. Again, you can catch this set, A Christmas Carol, and all of her sets over at patreon.com/Alexander the Red. My buddy Bales, my dear friend Bailey, at Miss_Vixen420. Again, even Santa said, I don't know what the following through DM is. She told me to put it on there, so that's what I'm doing. DM her on Instagram, and apparently you'll thank me later. So there you go. Just wow. My buddy Laura over in the UK is at onlyfans.com/Laura Sens fan. She's actually an Ottawa, the Sens fan comes from being an Ottawa Senators fan. So hockey's back mid-January. That's why I got my Kings head on. I'm excited. She's excited. And you can see her excited over at onlyfans.com/Laura Sens fan. There you go. My buddy Lisa, who you saw in the chat earlier, she's at Angel Lisa Marie 2 on Twitter. My buddy Colin, who is listening to me right now but can't chat, he's over at nodq.com/Colin and youtube.com/thecleaver Colin Andrew. And also you can catch Big Baller G on Twitter at nodq_Big Baller G. He has a new YouTube show launching in the new year, so be on the lookout for that through all our various No DQ streams and all that happy jazz. And of course, lest we forget, the boss himself, Aaron Rift, NoDQ.com, all the latest news and features and opinions. They're not the same thing. They're different categories. And you can vote on the NoDQ.com Grand Awards. Do not forget to vote for those. The voting, I believe, ends this week. We're going to announce it, I believe, the end of next week. So maybe even Monday. I'll have to converse with Aaron tonight. We'll talk about it Wednesday. And, of course, after Raw tonight on AaronRiff.com, Aaron Riff No DQ at YouTube, you can catch his full recap of Monday Night Raw, as he does each and every Monday night, that it's not a holiday or his birthday or something that he is more inclined to do. So there you go. Thank you all again. The Pac-12 Ducks are the Oregon Ducks. So Mikey doesn't care about that. If the Anaheim Ducks win the Stanley Cup, he will care, and I will cry, and I will be mad. Anyway. All right. Thank you all. Much appreciated. As I said, we'll see you back here tomorrow on the Jeff Meacham YouTube, the Jeff Meacham Network YouTube, on Stat Boys Rants Facebook page, and in the Facebook group for the Jeff Meacham Network with Stat Boys Sports Bar. That's tomorrow at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So be on the lookout for that coming up just before the top of the hour at 9 Eastern. That's tomorrow. Wednesday will be no Greg Cherry show due to being Christmas week. But Aaron and I will be, or excuse me, Santa and Aaron will be on the NXT wrap up, and that'll be, let's see, do I have that graphic? That'd be neato. There it is. Well, NXT, but not AEW. So that'll be this week for Aaron and I. Thursday will be a bonus episode. I don't have a graphic. I forgot to load it. My bad. Dad's is going to actually have a Christmas songs episode on Christmas Eve. So be on the lookout for that around 10 o'clock Pacific a.m. So be on the lookout for that. All right. I'm done dabbling. That's it. I promise. And, of course, there's no show Friday because it's Christmas. Enjoy your week. We'll see you tomorrow on the Sports Bar. And for now, this is Jeff Meacham saying good night.